Well, brother, man, like I had said at the intro of Wrestling with Comedy tonight, we're here live here at Lloyd Legacy Shop, Boston, Massachusetts-based stand-up comedian and Michael Jackson impersonator. He's got 13 bookings just in the month of July. He's going to be in Portland, Maine tomorrow night. He's talking about hitting Maine and how he's a fan favorite out there, and he really is. And I'll tell you, Lloyd, you worked for Keeping It Real Comedy 3 times last summer in July and August out for us here in the Keeping It Real Comedy. I'm the promoter of that promotion, and I'll tell you what, I can see why you're loved. Let me tell you something. A lot of people love you, and listen, you keep it real and you're good to people, and people notice that. And like I had said, it's not easy to do what you do. And let me just ask you this now. You've worked for, say, if there's 100 promoters in New England in the last 10 years, you've worked for 99 of them. Let's be honest. And I got to ask you, as a podcaster, we had a promoter that came in, and I want to ask you your expertise because you're a 10-year veteran on the stage now, brother. Let me ask you this. I want to know if you've heard of the promoter, if you worked for the promoter, and what you know on this particular promoter, Lloyd. I want to ask you about it. He came in the year of 2024. He was named Laughing with Larry. His name is Larry Westgate. I got a flyer right here of him. May 17, 2024. He ran a show in Fall River, Massachusetts, and there he is laughing with Larry. He would wear the Boston Bruins gear. Allegedly, he had a problem with taking large sums of money for construction work and not fulfilling his deed. Also, he had an issue with bringing in illegal dogs into the state of Massachusetts and selling them. But not only that, apparently he wasn't paying the comedians. He was promising comedians $200, $300, $400, $500 paydays, and they were lucky to get a 20 spot at the end of the night. Have you worked for Laughing for Larry? Do you know anything about Laughing for Larry? And before we get to that question, it's a part 1 and part 2, Lloyd, and I really need to hear your insight on this. The other thing about Laughing with Larry that we want to bring up, and we want to see if you know anything about it, in a strange turn of events, there were 2 different venues that he ran comedy shows, brother. He came in 2024, and he went out even faster. But let me just say this. There were 2 venues that Laughing with Larry ran. In a strange turn of events, there were dildos sent to him with his name on it with letters saying that somebody, boom, this is his dildo, and they went to the venue, and this is a fact, and I know for a fact, I seen one of the letters at one of the venues, and they sent him 2 different dildos, 2 different sizes to 2 different venues. I don't mean to laugh, but I mean, it's the crazy world of comedy. So what do you, so A, B, and C. A, did you work for him? B, what do you know about the situation? And 3, did you know about the dildos?
Wow. All right. So I will say this. There's one thing I can acknowledge about the way I go about business that I've carried over from my personal life that not compromise is I will not sacrifice my principles for 10 minutes on stage. I've told friends of mine that, I've only done less than 100 shows a year once since 2022. And if I work with everybody that I could work with, instead of not working with certain people that I won't work with for my own principled reasons, I could easily do over 200 shows. There's a picture of that. But Laughing with Larry, no. Never worked for him. Never really had a chance. The more I found out, didn't really want to. I had one run-in, and it wasn't even a run-in. I've been in the same room with Laughing with Larry once.
Okay.
And I had no idea of any of the other stuff about him at the moment that I met him. That other stuff that I found out, I didn't know about that. I did not know about the dildos. I didn't know about that. But his prior business, his prior sketchy business, I had no idea about any of that until long after I'd already met him. But the night that I met him was already a key indication that me and him were not going to jive.
Okay, and again, those allegations allegedly, but they are public. That we mentioned, just so the audience knows, and you do know that, Lloyd. Right. Laughing with Larry Westgate. Now, did he offer you any kind of payday for the show that he was going to put you on, or how far did you go with it?
There was no. We never even reached a off. When I saw him, the night that I saw him, it was at the Sunday Funday open mic at Josh Cabaret. R.I.P. to that. And we never even entered the negotiation stage. I saw him perform. I heard his material. There's a very, I don't want to say it's famous, but there's a very well-known picture of me with a very angry look on my face on stage at Josh Cabaret, and it was captured at the exact moment because I had to follow his set.
Oh, jeez.
That's the one interaction I've ever had with Larry. He went on stage, and I had to follow him, and the look on my face that I had, it was a comic. I won't say who it was, but it was a comic who took a picture of me right at the exact moment that I was looking at him. And it is several people said, is the angriest anybody's ever seen. And that wasn't like me. Normally, I'm playing up emotion, or I'll blur the line between like crazy or angry, but it's just really, it's kind of for the act, but it's also kind of, this is a shoot, brother. This is a 100%. I'm staring daggers at him because he went up there and he did a 1930s woman hating act for 5 minutes.
Wow.
And I always say 1930s woman hating is only funny when the Three Stooges do it.
Yeah, man.
And the Three Stooges was not. And he just went up there and, and to be fair, the previous Sunday, I was at an open mic in April, and I had seen a guy in a Hawaiian shirt do the exact same thing. So I was already like not having a good week when it comes to men going up there and just making women the problem. And so I see him do it, and I heard, Laughing with Larry's here, big name, whatever. And excuse me, I watch his set, and and not just me, because there's a running joke in New England, and you know how I am as an audience member. But there's a running joke in New England that if I'm not laughing, you might as well quit.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you giving your insight. I know he came in 2024, Laughing with Larry. He went out as quick as he came into the business. He didn't last long. He offered a lot of paydays. Apparently, he came in as Laughing with Larry. He left as Crying with Larry. And the thing is, the dildo incident with him and all these different incidents, it was unfortunate. And I had to bring it up on your episode because you know more promoters in the area than any comedian that I know of, and you would know the inside. So we appreciate you sharing that with us, with the audience. We have some people here saying thank you for that, and we wanted to get it clear. So you never worked for Laughing with Larry, you never had the urge, or you never had the temptation, and you were never screwed on a payday by Laughing with